Shadow Slave Chapter 58. Survival of the Fittest. Several days later, Sunny sat atop a slain scavenger, calmly wiping the glowing azure blood from his face. Your shadow grows stronger. His blade still pierced the armored plates of the creature, vibrating faintly as its body convulsed one final time before going still. Not far behind, the sound of cracking carapaces echoed as Nephites methodically retrieved soul shards from their fallen foes. After countless fights, their efficiency had become second nature. Casting a glance behind him, Sunny took in the battlefield. The narrow path between two walls of crimson stone was now a graveyard of carcasses. Originally, they had planned to trap a carapace centurion in the passage to use its massive size against it. But the chaos of battle attracted both scavengers and the bizarre centipede-like beasts at war with the Carapace Legion in this region of the labyrinth. The resulting frenzy allowed Sunny and Nephites to exploit the monster's hostility toward one another, emerging victorious as the sole survivors. Nearby, the Echo was savagely tearing into the Centurion's corpse. Its missing limb had long regenerated, and now it gnashed chunks of flesh with its fresh pincer, as if seeking revenge. Technically, Echoes weren't supposed to feel hunger. This one, however, had clearly developed a grudge against Carapace Centurions ever since that terrifying encounter during a stormy night. It had been 2 weeks since they'd left the cliffs. In that time, much had shifted, though some things stayed the same. Traveling westward from one elevated area to another, they moved steadily. With Cassie riding atop the Echo, the group could cover ground far more quickly. Yet they still made sure to scout each route ahead of time, reducing the risk of being caught in a sudden storm. This strategy allowed them to either reach the next safe zone or retreat without being stranded. Their survival tactics had also evolved. Previously, Sunny and Nephites avoided scavengers unless a fight was unavoidable. But after the battle with the Centurion, they realized a harsh truth. They needed power, and they needed it fast. So they began hunting the beasts instead. Carefully targeting solitary or small groups of carapace creatures, the two of them, sleepers actively seeking awakened class monsters, were doing the unthinkable. But against all odds, it worked. As Nephites once said, they weren't ordinary. With the Starlight Legion armor enhancing her already formidable skills, Nephites was finally fighting without restraint. Her silver blade seemed almost alive. Wherever she went, azure blood spilled like rivers. Each shard she absorbed strengthened her further. Though the gains were subtle, they compounded quickly, bringing her closer to crossing into superhuman territory. Sunny's growth, meanwhile, hinged on his shadow. Although his physical body had toughened considerably, he hadn't yet reached his full potential. He accumulated shadow fragments with every kill, though in fewer numbers than Nephi's soul shards. But since he wasn't sharing them with Cassie, their power gains were nearly equal. And yet, it wasn't just about raw power. His swordsmanship was advancing rapidly. With Nephites as his teacher and the pressure of constant battle, Sunny was learning more each day. He wasn't just gaining strength, he was refining skill, sharpening instincts. Every fight taught him something new. In this unforgiving world, improvement was a necessity. One misstep could be fatal. Experience bred insight, and insight eventually led to mastery. But the most surprising factor in their evolution was teamwork. After fighting together so long, Sunny and Nephites had developed a silent bond in combat. Without needing to speak or gesture, they could anticipate each other's moves and strike in perfect harmony. Their coordination amplified their power drastically. It was as though they doubled in number so long as they picked their battles wisely. What once was a group of desperate survivors had become a well-trained, battle-hardened unit. Even Cassie was adapting. The soul shards she absorbed gave her strength, but more importantly, she was learning to function without her vision. It hadn't even been 2 months since she lost her sight, yet her resilience was remarkable. Though she still couldn't fight, the burden of protecting her had grown lighter. Sunny had even come to find some peace in keeping watch over her. Reaching the distant citadel of humans no longer felt like a far-fetched dream. Now, more than ever, Sunny felt they were drawing closer to that goal.